Welcome to the mat. I am so happy to have you here today. We are doing things a little bit differently, but I promise it is going to be a lot of fun and you're still going to get your workout in. So to begin, we're going to start in a comfortable cross-legged position. I chose to begin in Baddha Kodasana, which is butterfly pose. This helps to open up my hips, but if it is uncomfortable to you, then you can choose any seated position or just cross your legs. So the first thing is we want to focus on our breathing and set our intentions for coming to the mat today. When you're breathing, you want to think about filling up your belly and your diaphragm by breathing in through your mouth and exhaling through your nose. So let's do that together. Breathe in and out. Throughout this workout, it's going to be important that you come back to your breathing. And guess what? You already made it through a minute here, so I want you to cross your legs, roll forward, and we're coming into a cat-cow. Inhale into cow, exhale into cat. Inhale, lift your sit bones up. Exhale, rounding your spine. Inhale, press your chest forward. Exhale, tucking in your backbone. Now we're going to transition into a downward facing dog, so curl your toes under and lift your sit bones up to the ceiling. Make sure to spread your fingers wide and press firmly through your palms and knuckles. We're here for 30 seconds, so while maintaining length in your spine, walk your dog by alternating bending and straightening your legs. And make sure to inhale and exhale. As we finish up our 30 seconds here, I want you to slowly walk your legs forward to a forward fold by crossing one leg over the other. Inhale, lifting your arms up and overhead, bringing your palms to touch. Exhale, bringing your hands to heart center as we begin Sun Salutation A. Inhale, lift your arms up and overhead. Exhale, lean forward into forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway to flat back. Exhale, planting your palms on the ground and stepping or hopping back into plank. Chaturanga, tucking your elbows in and lowering your chin and chest to the floor. Inhale, lifting your chest into upward dog or cobra. And exhale, lifting your tailbone back into downward dog. Keeping your back straight, knees slightly bent. As you inhale, look forward and step or jump to the top of your mat. Exhale into halfway lift. Inhale, coming back to forward fold, then returning to mountain by raising your torso, extending your arms overhead, and taking a slight back bend. Exhale as we swan dive back into forward fold and begin again. Inhale, coming up halfway, flat back. Exhale, planting your palms on the ground and stepping or hopping back into plank. Chaturanga, lowering to the floor before inhaling, lifting your chest into upward dog or cobra. Exhale, lifting back into downward dog. Breathe here. Inhale through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. On your next inhale, look forward and step or jump to the top of your mat, exhaling into halfway lift, inhaling, returning to forward fold before coming back up to mountain. Take a slight back bend before we exhale and swan dive back into forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, place your palms on the mat and step or hop back into plank. Now we're going to begin Warrior 2 lunges, so step your right foot to the top of your mat, toes pointing forward. Turn your left toe out to the side of your mat as you lift your torso up, spreading your fingertips wide, reaching for opposite sides of the mat. Inhale as you lift up and straighten your leg. Exhale, bend your knee into Warrior 2. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Now we're coming to pike push-ups, so bring your hands back to the mat, framing your right foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left in downward facing dog. From here, you are going to push up, but because you're keeping your sit bones up to the ceiling, These push-ups will have a greater focus on your shoulder. Inhale as you lower to the mat. Exhale to extend your arms back up. Inhale and lower. Exhale, push back up. You did it. Now we're going to repeat that on the left. So step your left leg to the top of the mat, pivot on your back foot to raise up into Warrior 2 on the left, extending your arms wide. Again, we're going to pulse. So inhale as you straighten your leg. Exhale as you bend your knee into Warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Feel the burn. Back into pike push-ups. So this time, bring your arms back to the mat to frame your left foot before bringing the left foot to meet your right and lifting into downward dog. Again, we're going for those push-ups. So inhale as you lower down. Exhale, straightening your arms and pressing away from the floor. Inhale down. Exhale up. Only a few more seconds before one more round of those Warrior 2 pulses on each leg. So step your right foot to the top of the mat, pivoting on your left foot and rising up into Warrior 2. Again, exhale as you lower down. Inhale as you straighten your legs. Exhale down. Inhale up. And find your own rhythm here. This workout is flying by and we're almost done with our first circuit. And there's only 2 more. We're about to go back into those pike push-ups. 2 more rounds of this, so hang in there with me. Alright, cartwheel your hands down to frame your right foot, step it back to meet your left in downward dog. Inhale as you lower down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale push up, hang in there. Inhale down, exhale up. Think about why you started this workout. We are building strength in our arms, and we've only got 5 more seconds. Give me 1 more before stepping your left leg up, pivoting on your right foot into Warrior 2 on your left side. All right, this is it. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale as you straighten. Exhale down, and inhale, straighten. Keep on going. Exhale down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, down. Inhale, straighten. Feel that booty burn before our last set of pike push-ups. So frame your left foot, bring it back to meet your right in downward facing dog, and let's do this one last time. Inhale as you lower down. Exhale as you press away. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, push away. If your shoulders are burning, don't give up. Just hang out here in downward dog for less than 10 more seconds. Next up, we've got a new circuit with some chair pulses to begin. So on your next inhale, look up and hop your feet to the top of your mat in forward fold. Sit your butt down while lifting your arms out in front of you, and we're going to pulse here. Your thighs will burn, but make sure to continue breathing. We're only here for 30 seconds before doing some balance work, going from Warrior 1 to 3 on each leg. Only 10 more seconds. Focus on hugging your hips to your midline before we come to Warrior 1 on our right. To do this, step your left leg back, pointing your toes at a 45-degree angle to the front of your mat. The key here is for your hips to stay square facing the front of your mat. To come to Warrior 3, you're going to lift your left leg off the mat, keeping your arms above your head as if you are flying. Stay here for a second, then return to Warrior 1 and repeat. This should be both fun and challenging before we return to those chair pulses in 5 seconds. So the next time you return to Warrior 1, stay here before returning to chair by bringing your left foot to meet your right. Exhale as you bend your knees, moving your hips back as if you were sitting down on a chair. Draw your lower abdomen in and up to support your low back. Pulse here, but make sure to send your hips back rather than your toes forward so you can still see your toes. You can see I've dropped my arms because my shoulders were dying from doing those pike push-ups. Next up, we've got the Warrior 1 to Warrior 3 on the left side, so step your right foot back, pointing your toes at a 45-degree angle to the front of your mat, keeping your hips square to the front of your mat. lift off into the warrior 3, and then return back to warrior 1. Lift off. It's okay if you lose your balance, as I just did. It is okay to fail as long as you get back up and you continue to try again. So let's try one more warrior 3, and this time I just dropped my right leg and met myself in mountain at the top of the mat, ready for those chair pulses. Sit your hips back, but remember to not let your knees cave in. We're already almost done. And then only one more of these after this. So pulls here. You're doing amazing and your quads should be burning as we start getting ready for one more round of warrior 1 to warrior 3. Starting on our right side, so step that left foot back, pointing it at a 45-degree angle while keeping your hips squared to the front of the mat, and then lift off, really challenging yourself to work on your balance. And remember, it's okay to fall, just hop right back into it. So here I'm returning to warrior 1, going for one more round, lifting off, reaching forward in warrior 3, returning to warrior 1, and returning now to the top of your mat and dropping your hips back into those chair pulses. Here for our last 30 seconds. So really challenge yourself. Your arms are probably burning. My shoulders sure were, but keep them up over your head as much as you can. Drop down, really challenge yourself to sit back. And we've got that last set of warrior 1 to warrior 3 on your left side. So step your right foot back at that 45-degree angle, extend your arms overhead, and reach forward as you lift your right leg off the mat into the warrior 3. I love this because it makes me feel like I'm flying, while also really challenging my core and inner thighs to brace myself and remain stable. And guess what? We're coming to the end of this workout. We've only got one more circuit where we'll be going down to the floor for some core work. So to get us there, meet your legs at the top of your mat in forward fold. Drop your butt, sit back, and roll onto your back because we're coming into bridge pose. Bend your knees and set your feet on the floor. Exhale and push your tailbone up, squeezing your glutes to lift your butt off the floor. Keep your thighs and inner feet parallel. We're only here for 30 seconds before we do boat pose. Make sure to keep your core engaged and continue to breathe. You're so close. On your next exhale, release by rolling your spine to the floor. To come to boat, straighten your legs and lift them up off the mat. Keep your chest lifted as you reach your arms toward the front of your mat. Balance on your sit bones and continue to breathe. If you're new to the pose, you can begin by keeping your knees bent and your hands resting on the floor behind you with your fingertips pointing in. Only a few more seconds before our last round of bridge pose. To transition, you're just going to roll back, placing your feet shoulder width apart on the mat, heels as close to the sit bones as possible. Exhale and push up to bridge. This is it. The last minute of work. I am so proud of you. You have done such an amazing job here today. Remember why you started this workout. If your booty's not on fire, then I need you to squeeze a little harder before we transition into boat pose. So on your next exhale, lower your back to the floor and lift your legs and arms off the floor. Embrace your core and embrace the burn. This is it. You have come so far today and I am so proud of you. And you should be proud of yourself because not only did you show up, but you hung in there. So before releasing, I want you to repeat to yourself, I am strong. I am strong. This is it. 3, 2, 1. And with that, you can lower your arms and legs, straighten your left leg, bring your right knee in toward your chest before crossing over to your left side. Turn your head to the right and feel the stretch all the way down your spine. I hope this workout has left you feeling renewed and energized. Focusing can be so hard in a world that is so go, go, go. But you dedicated 15 minutes to your health, and that is such an accomplishment. Now we're going to do a supine twist on the other side, so bring your right leg back to the mat, pull your left leg up toward your chest, then twist it over to your right side. Allow your head to turn to the left to extend the stretch through your spine. We've only got one stretch left before Shavasana, and that's the happy baby, one of my favorites. As we get ready, I want you to think of 3 things you love about your body. While you're thinking, continue to breathe deeply. Inhale gratitude, and exhale your worries away. To come to happy baby, untwist your left leg, bend both your knees in towards your belly, grip the outsides of your feet with your hands, open your knees slightly wider than your torso, and bring them up toward your armpits. Make sure to keep a neutral spine and your hips on the floor. You should feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Feel free to make this pose your own. I love to have my legs out a little bit wider, and feel free to rock back and forth. And we did it. We're going to come to stillness here in Shavasana. You can choose to lie with your legs out long in corpse pose, or you can join me in connecting your feet and letting your legs reach to the sides in a butterfly, very similar to how we started our practice. But now we're on the ground. You may want to bring one hand to your heart, the other to your belly. Inhaling, feeling your belly and chest rise. Holding here for a second, before exhaling out through your nose, feeling your belly and chest drop. As you breathe here, I want you to return to those 3 things you love about yourself. So often we tear our bodies apart, but our bodies truly are so incredible. Your ears helped guide you through this workout. Your arms helped you push through these downward dogs and pike push-ups. Your core helped you stabilize throughout each movement. Exhale and rock up into a cross-legged position. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. Make sure to subscribe for more stretches and workout. Namaste.